Have you ever experienced a moment so strange, so perfectly timed that it left you questioning reality? Today we're diving into the world of disturbing coincidences, those eerie events that defy logic and explanation. These stories aren't just about luck or chance, they're about moments that seem almost orchestrated by something beyond our understanding. As we journey through these unsettling tales, keep an open mind and prepare to be amazed, puzzled, and maybe even a little unsettled. Let's begin our exploration into the bizarre world of coincidences that simply make no sense. Imagine two brothers twins living separate lives in different towns. One day, one twin is tragically killed in a car accident. Just hours later, the other twin, unaware of his brother's fate, is killed in a nearly identical accident. The circumstances are so similar, it's as if fate had a plan. These stories have been documented, leaving families and investigators baffled. How could two lives so closely connected end in such a disturbingly similar way? Coincidence or something more? Mystery deepens as we look at more cases like this. Hoover Dam is an engineering marvel, but it's also the site of a chilling coincidence. The first person to die during its construction was J.G. Tierney, who drowned in 1922. Exactly 13 years later, on the same date, the last fatality was his own son, Patrick Tierney. The odds of such a tragic alignment are astronomical. Was it just a cruel twist of fate, or is there something more at play? This story continues to haunt those who hear it, adding to the dam's mysterious legacy. Abraham Lincoln and John F. Kennedy, two American presidents, share a list of bizarre coincidences. Both were elected to Congress 100 years apart, became president 100 years apart, and were assassinated on a Friday, sitting beside their wives. Their successors were both named Johnson, and both assassins were known by three names with 15 letters. The list goes on, making many wonder if history is repeating itself in the most unsettling way. Simpsons, a beloved animated show, has an uncanny knack for predicting real-world events. From political outcomes to technological advances, episodes aired years before the actual events occurred. While some chalk it up to coincidence, others believe there's something more mysterious at work. How can a cartoon consistently foresee the future? This phenomenon continues to baffle fans and skeptics alike. In 1898, author Morgan Robertson wrote a novella called Futility, about a massive ship called the Titan that sinks after hitting an iceberg. 14 years later, the Titanic met the same fate. The similarities between the fictional and real disasters are chilling, from the ship's size to the lack of lifeboats. Was it a case of life imitating art or something more disturbing? In 1883, Henry Ziegler broke up with his girlfriend, who then took her own life. Her brother, seeking revenge, shot at Ziegler, believing he'd killed him, but Ziegler survived. The bullet only grazed him and lodged in a tree. Years later, while cutting down the tree with dynamite, the bullet was dislodged and struck Ziegler, killing him. The bullet had waited years to fulfill its fate. The 1930s, a man named Joseph Figluck was walking when a baby fell from a window above, landing on him. Both survived. A year later, the same baby fell from the same window and again landed on Figluck, who happened to be passing by. Both survived once more. The odds of such an event are beyond comprehension, making this one of the most bizarre coincidences ever recorded. 1975, a man in Bermuda was killed by a taxi. A year later, his brother was killed by the same taxi, driven by the same driver, carrying the same passenger on the same street. The sheer improbability of this event has left many scratching their heads. How could so many variables align in such a tragic way? This story remains one of the most disturbing coincidences in history. Edgar Allan Poe wrote a novel about a shipwreck where survivors resorted to cannibalism, with a character named Richard Parker. Years later, a real shipwreck occurred, and the victim eaten was also named Richard Parker. The chilling similarity between fiction and reality has puzzled literary scholars and historians for decades. Umberto I of Italy once dined at a restaurant and discovered the owner shared his name, birthday, and birthplace. Both had married women named Margherita. The next day, the restaurant owner was shot and killed. Later that day, King Umberto was also assassinated. The parallels between their lives and deaths are so precise it's almost impossible to believe. 1937, a Detroit woman named Josephine was saved from falling out of a window by a man named Joseph. A year later, Josephine's daughter fell from the same window and was caught by the same man. The odds of the same person saving two generations from the same fate are mind-boggling, making this another disturbing coincidence. Young boy in the United States began having nightmares about being shot down in World War II. He described details only a pilot would know. After research, his family discovered a pilot with the same memories had died in the war. The boy's knowledge of the events was so accurate, many believe it's a case of reincarnation, or at the very least, a disturbing coincidence. In the 12th century, two green-skinned children appeared in a village in England speaking an unknown language. They claim to come from a land with no sun. While some believe it's a folktale, others point to historical records. The mystery of their origin remains unsolved, making it a disturbing coincidence in history. A man named Roy Sullivan was struck by lightning 7 times in his life and survived each one. The odds of this happening are so low it's almost impossible. Was Roy just incredibly unlucky, or was there something more at play? His story remains one of the most disturbing coincidences in the world of natural phenomena. In 2002, 4 unrelated people in the same town won the lottery using the same numbers. Investigations found no evidence of fraud. The odds of this happening are astronomical, making it a coincidence that still puzzles statisticians and the public alike. Many people experience déjà vu, the feeling that you've lived a moment before. While science offers some explanations, the phenomenon remains mysterious. Some believe it's a glitch in the brain, while others think it's a sign of parallel universes or fate. Whatever the cause, déjà vu is a disturbing coincidence that connects us all. Throughout history, people have reported seeing their exact doubles known as doppelgangers. Sometimes these encounters are harmless, but other times they're seen as omens of bad luck or death. The existence of doppelgangers remains a disturbing coincidence, challenging our understanding of identity and fate. The number 13 is often associated with bad luck, and many disturbing coincidences involve this number. From disasters to personal tragedies, the recurrence of 13 in these events has fueled superstitions for centuries. Is it just a number, or is there something more sinister at play? Butterfly effect is the idea that small actions can lead to huge consequences. In the world of coincidences, a tiny decision or event can set off a chain reaction, leading to outcomes no one could predict. This concept helps explain how some disturbing coincidences might happen, even if they seem impossible at first glance. As we've seen, the world is full of disturbing coincidences that challenge our understanding of reality. Whether they're the result of chance, fate, or something beyond our comprehension, these stories remind us that life is often stranger than fiction. While we may never have all the answers, exploring these mysteries keeps our sense of wonder alive. Stay curious and remember, sometimes the most unsettling events are the ones that make no sense at all.